Final segment of ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra. We want to thank you for rocking with us throughout the entire show. I just want to say, I know everybody has mentioned this already, but I got to mention it because I just really, really am thankful for you all because you guys got us over 2,000 subscribers. I think we're at 2,100 now. You guys are just rocking with us throughout the entire time. And if you haven't subscribed to us, what are you waiting on? My goodness, you are late. I'm not gonna, but however, you still got time. Just go ahead and go to our YouTube. Go to YouTube.com. Type in the search box, Locked On Sports Atlanta, and we will pop right up. Any one of those videos. You can do ATL Day Ones. You can go Hitting Hard with John Chuckery, A to Z with Mark Zeno. Hit that subscribe button wherever you go, and because we got a lot of good stuff here right just for you, because this is why we do it. We do it for you. We do it for you, and we just want to say thank you for continuing to, support us and what we got going on right here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Now, this is for the culture. It is the intersection between sports, entertainment, and the culture, and whatever the heck we want to talk about. Just because that's just how we get down. That's who we are. That's what we do. And I don't know about you, T, but again, I didn't get a chance to kind of chime in on the NBA Finals after they concluded. But I think that there is still a little meat on the bone because you sent me this very, very good video of Steph Curry talking about his career when he first came into the league. When they had the Warriors had those ugly uniforms, the orange and the dark orange and blue, and
Right.
they had all of the, just really dealing as far as what they want to do as far as an organization. But
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry was a guy that kind of he spoke what he wanted to do. Like he's talking about winning multiple championships and the conversations that kind of made my stomach hurt a little bit during the finals where people were like, oh, he has to win the finals MVP in order to be considered
Yeah.
one of the best of all time, which is total
Yeah.
crap. And here's why, and I'm gonna knock that out right now, and I want to get your thoughts as well. When you have a guy, Steph Curry came into the league. When
Mm-hmm.
you have a guy that changes the way the game of basketball is played,
Yes.
like he's the reason why bigs have to be able to switch on everybody and guard everybody on the court 1 through 5, and teams are. And it's okay for guys like Trey Young and Ja Morant to
Mm-hmm.
take these long behind 3-pointers, right? And he made that
Mm-hmm.
okay. He made that like, okay, all right, you pulling from the logo, but, we prefer you not do that. But okay, since Steph is doing it and they compared you to Steph when you came into the league, I guess it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But I think that when you have a guy like Steph and what he's accomplished, what he's been able to accomplish, 4 championships,
Mm-hmm.
changing the way the game is played and the way all the youngsters that have become behind him, the way they play and how they've played the game and stretching
Yeah.
the floor beyond half court
Right.
almost. I think that you have to have him in the conversation as a top 15 player of all time.
I also think that what makes him arguably top 15 of all time is the other areas that he doesn't get a lot of credit for.
Right.
When you watch a Warriors game, one of the most beautiful things is to see Steph Curry do a backdoor cut. He
Right.
moves so fluidly without the ball. And that
Oh
is a
yes.
beautiful, beautiful thing to see because when he's moving without the ball, that's getting it going for everybody on that court. So I wanted to point out that part of his game. The other piece is this, because of course we know a lot of these top 15 conversations are about comparisons, right?
Right.
And how you can attempt to make an apples to apples comparison across generations. Very difficult to do, by the way, because the game, like you said, he's changed the way the game is played. The game is played differently across generations. But my mind did go to Michael Jordan and the fact that we're talking about a guy who waited 7 long years to get his first championship, right?
Right.
But then we're talking about a guy who also, once he got it, two three-peats and did those two three-peats with a different set and a different cast of characters other than Scottie Pippen, right?
Right. Right.
So you had iterations of Steve Kerr coming in and out, B.J. Armstrong coming in and out, Dennis Rodman coming in and out. You different bigs, if you will. that he played with, from a Luke Longley to all the
Bill
other Bill.
Cartwright. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cartwright. Yep, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at his face. I can't think of his name, but a Bill Cartwright. And then, but he's still able to get it done. I look at that same space with Steph Curry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, yes, that's his big three, but
That's
there
the
have
core.
been
Yep.
moving parts all along. And so one time it's Kevin Durant, and he might get the finals MVP, or it might be Andre Iguodala and he might get the finals MVP. So two things. Number one, he, like Michael Jordan, had a different cast of characters along this four title ride, right? But
Mm-hmm.
he's been the mainstay. He's been the steady, and don't go with just what he did in the finals round. Let's talk about what he did throughout the postseason of each of those runs and all the runs that even got him to the NBA finals, right? And you will see consistent performance, and you'll also see from Steph Curry, a guy who not only was able to do it with a different cast of characters and do it at a high level, but also continuing to evolve his game based on whatever defenses tried to do. And
Right.
that's a very unique and I think underrated aspect of his game that I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to throw out there. And finally, miss me with that MVP finals.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
no offense, because I like Iggy as a player. I liked him back in the Sixers days and love the fact that he's back with the Warriors. But real
Mm-hmm.
talk, that guy got MVP finals, and okay, whatever. I mean, let's not predicate it on that, because Andre Iguodala was an MVP finalist, if you will, and he's one of the players in that entire roster. But you want to talk about players in a certain space, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about BlueNile.com. Why? Because like Steph Curry is an original, they are an original to the original online jeweler to what they call high income adults. 100 grand or more, six figures is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily male, 25, looking to get engaged or gift find jewelry. But hey, really, it's any audience that wants to buy from that consumer. And I think it's really interesting because so much is going online and you're still able to get a high quality product. So you
Mm-hmm.
can make that special moment with your special someone sparkle. And basically, our listeners, our Locked On Sports Atlanta listeners, you guys get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. This podcast exclusively includes engagements. Again, use that code locked on. That's code locked on. Plus, every order is insured. Insured, you ship free. It arrives in discreet packaging. And that's important because you know how we have these people who kind of sit around and wait around for packages these days. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that doesn't happen for you. So just go to BlueNile.com and you can get all the details about this amazing original online offering just for you guys.
Yeah, and speaking of special, this is a special day because, you know, for the culture, this segment is branded this way, right? But we, used to do a podcast before we started this one, and it is the anniversary of when we actually started doing a podcast together. So, you guys have been rocking with us since we started here at Locked On Sports Atlanta, but we definitely want to acknowledge that, hey, we've been doing this thing. We've been
Yeah,
we've been getting our groove. They're like, you guys have such great chemistry. It's the reason why. Because
right.
we've been doing this thing for I think at least three. I think
Yeah,
it's for 3 years.
yeah, 3 years.
Three
Yep.
3 years in a running, and including Locked On Sports Atlanta right here. So we just
Mhm.
want to take a little time to acknowledge that not only you can get some specials and get some deals and acknowledge a special moment as far as with Blue Nile, but we want to acknowledge a special moment with For the Culture, Jarvis Davis and Tenitra Batiste. We've been rocking with each other,
Yeah.
and it's just been a beautiful thing. And T, I
Ooh.
hope I wish to many more years of
Yes.
doing this thing together.
Absolutely. Because, like you said, we started off with a show back in our days at Clark Atlanta University, had a studio show there, and then COVID shut that down. But Jarvis and I wanted to keep moving. So we would go, we went IG for a little while. We also did another stream through YouTube and just kind of kept that momentum going. And then, of course, we had our show on 92.9 The Game together. But all of those pieces really have led to this wonderful opportunity here with Locked On Sports Atlanta. So yeah, we've been rocking together for a couple years now. You guys have been rocking with us for all that time. And we appreciate you. And keep on rocking with us and telling other people about us as your first stop. And then as the second stop, tell them to check out Hitting Hard with John Chuckery. That's another one of our guys who's been
That's
supportive
our
with
guy.
us from day one and who's a part of this amazing Locked On Sports Atlanta family. So thanks again, guys, for stopping by. And tomorrow we are going to have some more conversation about the Braves, kind of previewing what's going to happen when they head up to Philly for that 3-game series. And who knows? It's a soap opera in the NBA all day, every day, getting up to free agency frenzy. So we might have some conversation about that too. You guys have a great afternoon, and thanks again for sticking around.
Y'all come back now, you hear?